charismatic listeners, and welcome to the Flow of an Aquarius podcast, presented by Badstew Productions, and with your host, Panther Forte.
Welcome to another episode 14 now, y'all. We are episode 14 of the Flow of an Aquarius podcast. Welcome. Those who have been listening know that the next episode is the live episode on TikTok. So this is about to get very interesting. I have not been doing what I said I was going to do, and that's posting a lot more on TikTok to build my community a lot more, or to kind of like get myself out of the, I don't know what it's called, like kind of have my stuff going forward to get more people seeing my stuff again like I used to. So I have this week to do that before we record or before we go live next week. If you guys are hearing it in my voice, I am getting rid of, I'm on the back end of a sinus infection. So that's almost gone. Getting rid of that. It's kind of not congested, but it's just the sound from the respiratory kind of stuff. Which part of that, Jesus, part of that is going to be into this episode. Real quick, small talk. I'm hoping this don't be a long episode. I'm hoping this isn't a long episode. I'm going to try to keep it minimum. I don't really have a lot of topics to talk about this episode, but it's going to be one specific topic. And the subject or the title of this episode, Chaos Ensuing, is very much the whole episode. Just letting y'all know, it's the whole episode. I had a day and Lord. So small talk for now, real quick. Just checking up on y'all. Y'all good? This weather is crazy. It's been cold as hell. It snowed in Atlanta. And I happen to be here in Jacksonville, so I missed the damn snow. Yep. I was wanting a snow day when I was there, and yeah, I missed it. So it is what it is. It has been very cold, though. It hasn't been too cold for me. I like the cold. It's kind of just been me breathing in the cold air, because your body is made like your body is supposed to be at a certain temperature. So breathing in certain extremities or taking in certain extremities, your body has to regulate some things, right? So the cold air going into my nostrils, like it's probably why I got the sinus infection, part of it. So oh yeah, another thing. How about them Ravens? They beat Pittsburgh, and there are some Steelers fans out there, and I'm sorry that you guys did not hold up the task. So I am interested to see how the game goes between Baltimore and the Chiefs. I'm very interested in that, because I have a speculation, but I'm not going to say anything about that. We're just going to see how things go. So, let's see. We covered the weather. We covered the football a little bit, just a tinge. What else do I want to speak about real quick before I get into this chaotic episode? Nothing. I can't think of shit. Here we go. So, today I'm recording on a Sunday. Again, recording on a Sunday. Yesterday was Saturday, obviously. I worked Saturday. From the start, it was already lining up to be an unfortunate day. With the sinus infection, I don't take medicine. I'm more so of a herbalist, but I ran out of my teas and so on and so forth. So I end up getting some sleepy sinus medicine for a night. I got some Sudafed during the daytime and something for night, like Benadryl. I had to get up at 5 o'clock that next 5 o'clock Saturday morning. So Friday nights, I take a Benadryl. Now, I haven't taken, like I said, I don't take medicine. I haven't taken a Benadryl in so long, like since I was a teenager. I know it was drowsy, but I didn't know the effects, being an adult now, being in my mid-30s. I had to be to work at 6:30. Y'all, that shit put me on my absolute ass. I didn't wake up until 7 o'clock. I slept through my entire alarm. I I was I was out. I was dead to the world. That was it. Shit. I was gone. So I open my eyes and I look at my phone and I see the time. I jump straight out of bed. I'm like, what the fuck? I rush to get dressed and everything. I, you know, do what I need to do. I get to work. I'm late. And I'm just like, damn, man, like, this was not supposed to happen. Okay, that's okay. I can fix this. So I do what I can to make the people that was waiting for me to open the store, make them, an attempt to make the customers less angry, which I didn't get an attitude from any one of them. Seemed like they became friends outside. It wasn't a lot of people, but it seemed like they became friends outside. I apologize on my behalf, to everyone at once. And then after that, I'm not apologizing again because, I know that it was on me. Not blaming anybody else. It was on me. I take accountability for that. I was late because of something I did. Okay, cool. I apologize for being late, but I'm not going to apologize like the Dickens continuously and continuously. Because number one, I don't like to apologize in general. I try to make sure what I do is intentional and on purpose, so I don't have to apologize for any mistakes. I may apologize for how something I do or say makes somebody's feel, but y'all know how us Aquarius apologize. We apologize in a way that will make people mad. Now, if if one of the people had asked me if I'm going to apologize, and I had pre-thought about this too on my way to work. I was thinking because I tend to think about things that may or may not take place. The part of the way I think ahead to kind of put myself in a thoughtful point to answer or respond to things where I think about so many options, so that way I'm never really surprised about things. I don't get excited. I don't get mad because I already thought about it. That's what I try to do. So I thought about if a customer had asked me to apologize to them for something, for the situation, my response was not gonna be good, because Lord, we know me. But that didn't happen. So when I apologized to everyone as a collective, they were like, "Oh man, things happen. Were you out partying?" No, I was not. That was not what I was doing. I don't really go to parties like that, and that's a problem. A lot of times, if something comes up, on a morning, early morning, if I don't respond to something in time, based on how I look, I'm so much younger than my age, people think I'm out partying and something like that. And the answer is no. My ass is asleep. My ass is asleep. That's what it is. I'm just asleep. I'm not out partying or up at a club. No, thank you. That's not what I'm doing. So glad they didn't ask me that. But they would ask me, if I was out partying and stuff like that. I said no. So gave them a few some discounts to get them along their way. Now, the day felt like it started to get a little better until I started realizing that I'm the only one that was going to work. I was the only one working on the inside of the store, right? While the other person was handling the rentals and things like that, I was the only one working on the inside of the store. I didn't get a moment to breathe, a moment to break, nothing. Anything, couldn't get a sip of water. It was just a lot of shit going on. It was hectic, right? It was hectic. It was a lot for me. I'm working dual computer. I'm doing 3 things, 4 things at once. I'm getting it done, but this just throughout the day. Y'all, I missed a good morning text from my friend, and there was plans that was made, but based on how chaotic it was, I was not able to execute on those plans. So that and the rescheduling made me upset because I didn't want to reschedule because I needed time mentally away from the shit I just dealt with. But all this came later. But I missed that message in the morning to like kind of let me know what was, the game plan and shit like that. So I missed that because I was the only one and I was getting overwhelmed. Now this is not dealing with the customers that was waiting outside anymore. This is just people just coming in and just, on the phones. Like all of this shit is just happening at once. Now, that was a lot. As things went on, I started getting hungry, right? And I know I can get hangry, but what I didn't know is how my hunger channels that switch I have. It flips that switch, and I learned yesterday that when I get really hungry, when I get famished, I don't care about anything other than food. I didn't give people attitude, but I stopped giving a damn if shit didn't get really. I stopped caring about being nice. I just stopped caring. I wasn't smiling anymore. I didn't care if somebody had an issue. My responses were, I got the shit done, but my responses were, I think the questions that I asked were kind of condescending because I really didn't give a fuck. And some of the questions that they asked me was, you can solve this shit yourself, but you're asking me because you don't want to do this shit yourself. So let me try to ask you questions so that way you realize how stupid this shit is that you're asking me and how quick and easy it is for you to do it yourself. So that's where I got to. And I realized also when I get hungry as hell, I begin to, when I say I don't care, self-sabotage is at an all-time high. It is at an all-time peak, right? What I mean is, like I said, we were supposed to hang out yesterday, me and my friend. This is later on in the day yesterday. By me missing the message, well, I was supposed to have gotten off at 11 yesterday, but I didn't get another person coming in until noon, and I didn't realize that until they came in. So I let them know, hey, I'm off at noon. I should be there by 12:30. I let them know that the night before. As the day was so chaotic, I didn't get a chance to let them know anything or say anything. So hours went by before I was able to reach out and communicate with them. And it turned into, first of all, I'm already hungry and I'm responding, right? So and this is how chaotic it was. This is how I know when I'm hungry, I don't think straight. And food, I need to calm the fuck down until I eat, right? And just so y'all get the gist of it, I didn't even eat today. So I want y'all to get the full energy of what I'm about to say. I need to calm the fuck down and probably not text anyone, probably not call anyone, not communicate with anyone until I get some type of food in my system or until food is guaranteed on the way to me. Y'all, when I tell you I suggested something and got mad. I don't get mad, but I legit got mad at the response I got based on them agreeing to something I suggested, and I didn't even want that. I didn't want what I suggested to be the actual answer. I suggested that, hey, you want to just schedule or hang out another day? And they were in the shower, so it took them a little while to respond. But when they got out, they was like, yeah, we can go ahead and schedule another day. That pissed me off. That really got me to a point to where I just about turned my phone off, but I sent them a message that was on the lines of, I'm not having a good day. And since things aren't really going the way I would like them to, which was hanging out with you, um, I'm gonna go silent, and you're not gonna hear from me for a few days. And the thing is, it what made me like that, I wanted them to be like, oh well, you can still come, like we can still hang out. There's still time in the day. There was still hours within the day, like hours, right? A lot of time within the damn day. So why is it we can't just hang out, because I need this right now. I'm getting ready to get off work. I need this. I'm overwhelmed. I need some kind of peace away from this shit. I need some kind of, and of course I can like go home and just relax and shit like that, which I end up doing. But it was just the principle of, we had this shit planned, like we supposed to be celebrating something. We had this planned, and it just got clipped because of work. And I don't like that. I don't like when, I don't mind working. I work hard. I work a lot. I just don't like when work really, really interferes with my personal life. That bothers me. Work, because I usually keep them separate. I keep business and pleasure separate, work and personal separate. So aside from this podcast, but y'all don't know where I work, and y'all don't know anybody's names or anything like that. So whatever. And plus, this is me venting. So, but I don't like when that really happens. Like, like it fucks up my plans, and then I had to ask if they were mad at me. And I'm glad they said no, because the hungry me, the chaotic me had a response for that. And I'm glad they said no. They just didn't expect not to hear from me, which of course is okay. I accepted that. But they were not supposed to me, they were not supposed to say, yeah, let's go with what you said and reschedule. Because even though I said it, don't fucking agree with me on that. Say we have so much time. Because now my question is, I know what you do on your Saturdays. What's different? Because before you had no plans but to hang out, but for us to hang out. And since I responded a little bit after, hell, it was only an hour or 2 hours after I was supposed to have got off or whatever. What plans came up? And if no plans came up, why now? Why do you want to reschedule? What are you doing now? What popped up? Because would this have popped up if I was there? Kind of thing. We was hanging out. Like, that's how my mind was going, right? That's how my mind was going. My mind was all over the place, which also made me even more mad. And I was like, I don't even want to talk to this person right now. Like, and then it started spiraling out of control because I was hangry. All of this shit is because I was hungry. I typed a message out that would have totally disbanded everything. Everything would have been fucking just done for. I typed this message out and I said, you know what, Mike? Order some fucking food before you lose your shit. So I ordered some food, right? I ordered some food, and I saw the time that it would take for my food to be ready, and it wasn't a long time. So I started getting excited for that, and I deleted the message. The message, if I would have sent that shit, that would have been bad. That would have been bad. It would have been bad because it would have pissed them off, and in return, their answer would have made me even more mad. And that's how it would have been a domino effect, a ping pong effect. And all of this is because I was hungry. It wasn't because I was heavily drunk or I was having a bad day. The bad day had kind of went away at that point. The stresses were still there because I haven't had time to like really breathe, but everything else from the start of that day had kind of went away. It was me being hungry. When I got my food, I didn't even eat it, but just it being in my hands, I was, you would have thought that I was a kid on Christmas that had just got a present that they really, really had been wanting. I started smiling and everything. I was excited. I walked out the goddamn. I walked out of Wingstop like I had a fresh pair of $500 Oxford shoes on. I walked out that shit with my head held high, pride. Uh, my posture was right. I was striding my steps like I was on a runway. Everything like just felt good. And then I sent them a text that was like with an asterisk and was like, maybe not until a few days, but just for the rest of the day. You won't hear from me for the rest of the day, really. You know, you just won't hear from me for the rest of the day because I need time to like reprocess and like I don't mind plans not going my way, but if I look forward to something and then something happens to where I'm like I need this shit to go my way now. I need this to go my way in some kind of way. Like don't let nothing go wrong, and it goes wrong. I get irritated, right? Because I go off of not expecting anything, but when I start to expect some shit, I need the shit I expect to actually happen, and I don't really expect anything from anybody. But if I'm a part of it, I expect the most. So that's where it is, and that's with anything. If I'm a part of it, I expect the most from me. So when all that shit just kind of like just deterred or went a different route, it made me feel some type of way. It really did. So I had to figure out a way to make myself feel better myself. And that shit didn't take long because I'm used to being alone. I'm used to living alone. So that shit was a quick fix, just like that. But it was just the principle of the matter of, well, damn, you know, I really wish this would have happened to take my mind off of it. But it's a good thing that it didn't because I would have missed the game last night. I would have missed the game last night because I forgot the game came on. On top of that, it's also a good thing because the time I realized that I would not have eaten anything until I had got there and then some time had passed because the food would need to be reheated. We probably would have had like to organize some shit or whatever, or whatever it was, you know, before activity, whatever had would have been in the way of eating immediately. So traveling there and so on and so forth would have pushed food further out because I would have to get ready to head over there. So that's a good thing because I did not want that person to. I don't want them to experience the mad me, right? And me not being in that right mind, all because I'm hungry. Like nothing else pissed me off except for that response because I was hungry. That's it. If I wasn't hungry, I would not have felt the way that I felt get that response. Considering I suggested it. What the fuck? I need to calm the fuck down until I get some food in my system. And I realized that yesterday. I realized, and it had me think. It had me think that. It had me think back, and I'm starting to think or believe that a lot of the situations where I self sabotaged, or yeah, where I self sabotaged and ended a lot of things was because I was malnourished in the moment because I was hungry in the moment. That's it. That is it. That is one. I can't say that's the only reason why. Like there's many reasons why, in certain situations. But I'm remembering, I'm remembering getting mad at one of my exes because she asked me to bring her something from work, bring her something to work, um, after I had just got to the gym, right? Now, it wasn't the fact that she asked me to bring it to her. I had no problem doing that at all. What made me mad was, or what made me upset was, I had just got done taking my pre-workout, and the pre-workout was um it makes me hungry. So I work out on an empty stomach, but then I go. Well, I don't say I work out on an empty stomach. I work out, and then I would go to get food afterwards, and I would just kind of like snack my food a little bit, or just the sight of me having food made me feel better, made my attitude better, right? So the workout wasn't going to even be a long workout. It was going to be a 30-minute workout. I already had did most of it the day before. But by asking me that, and me having to go to the house to go to her job to bring it to her, me already being on a pre-workout and being hungry or getting ready to be hungry, the thought of it pissed me off. So I didn't say anything. I walked up to, where she worked at. When I got the car, walked to the job and walked up to her and gave it to her. And she was like, "Whoa, like, you okay?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm at the gym. I'm on my way to the gym. Like, you called me and asked me for this, so I need to get back because I took my pre-workout." And she was like, "Oh, okay. Like, can I have like a hug and a kiss real quick?" And that bothered me because now, oh my God, I'm see, me not having food right now. Y'all are starting to witness the shit. Y'all are starting to witnessing it. Y'all are starting to witness it. I have food. I have food. I have food. I have food in the fridge. I have food in the fridge. That just made me happy. That just reminded me and made me happy. See how quick it calms down? I only get, damn, I need to check myself or something. Is that normal? Or is that normal? That's not bipolar. That's not bipolar. I'm not bipolar. Is that normal though? For anybody else feel like that? That's not just me, right? Like, of course you get hangry, but I clearly don't care about anything. Like, no one is safe. No one is safe. There was even a situation where I had to ask my daughter when she was young, not to ask me any questions for the next 10 minutes, even though she didn't know what 10 minutes was back then. I told her, I said, "Hey, can you not ask me any questions for like the next 10 minutes? I'm going to give you a chance to ask as many questions as you want right now. But after that, for the next 10 minutes, can you not ask me any kind of questions?" And she was like, "Why?" I said, "Because I'm hungry and I love you." That was it. That was it. That's all I gave her. And hopefully now that she's older, hopefully she understands now that she's older. She's much older now. But Lord Jesus, that's crazy how I just got kind of relaxed now that I know I got food in the kitchen. My shoulders rolled back a little bit. My voice get a little relaxed and everything. Like, y'all, I still have the rest of the Wingstop in the fridge. Y'all hear I'm talking to y'all now? I'm talking to y'all with class and seduction. I love this. I love this for me. This is the epitome of, and it's my cheat day. It is my cheat day today. It is, y'all, I might have to go get a pizza real quick with this. I might have to go get a pizza with this. I got what, 18 wings left. Ooh. A whole basket of fries left. Because I couldn't eat it all last night. I woke up early and got to the gym. I still got a basket of fries. I'm putting in the air fryer. I still got like 18 wings left. Oh, I got all the sauces still. And then I'll add a pizza on that too. And I got my drinky drink. Y'all, it's going to be a phenomenal day today. It's going to be a good day. It's only 3:00 on this Sunday. And my friend messaged me today. And there's no animosity, no hostility between us. That's my puka. And y'all, it's going to be a good day today. I don't want to spend it with anybody. I want to be by myself today. But I want to spend it with my animals, my baby butt and my obsidian butt. That's what I call them. And myself. And, I might watch anime and get lit. I don't know what I want to do today, but it's a complete different change right now from how I was yesterday at this point in time. Yesterday, I wanted to take as many bricks as possible, throw gasoline on them and set them on fire and throw them in the middle of traffic. That is wild. And if somebody would have got out their car, I would have told them to get the fuck back in their car before I throw a brick at them. And I would have been throwing the bricks with my bare hands. I would have fought a bear with 2 knives yesterday, right? That's how, only to get a few bites out of it, just because how hungry I was. That's how I would have tried to quench my hunger, to enlighten my famishnessism by biting a bear yesterday. That's how bad it was. That's how the chaos. That's the level of chaos I was on yesterday, and I'm feel so much better about that. And it's not even the fact that I'm venting. I feel like you need to know this shit. I feel like y'all listening need to know this, just in case y'all know me for real. And I realize here's the funny part. When so my friend, I have notes when I really like somebody, and I just started doing this shit like a couple years ago. I haven't done this shit with like many people at all, like at all. Just started doing this shit a couple years ago. So like as far as this, her, I'm doing it with her. When I really, really, really like somebody, I make notes in my phone or mental notes or something like that about them as a way to, when I start overthinking about anything, then I can go back to those notes and see what I wrote. Now, it's nothing as far as like their personality, like this person is crazy or whatever. It's things that they like, their favorite colors, like her favorite colors, things that she like to do, places she wants to go, parts of food that she likes the best. Like, why do you like this food? It's because of XYZ. I put that in there. Favorite shows, favorite things to do, hobbies, things that she wants to get into, things that she wants to learn about. I do all of this stuff, right? And I put it there to remind me and go back and look about it. I'll go back and look at it so that way I know more. If there's ever something I question or I can't remember, I go back into that because we're this is gonna sound crazy, but I'm all about this person right now, right? Like they got me, right? And we're just kicking it. We're just kicking it. But I feel good around them, right? I feel good around them. And it's been a year since we met. Actually, it's been a little over a year at this point now since we met. Barely a little over a year since we met. And I remember so many things, like the first time we actually hung out and all of this stuff, right? So one thing in the notes I have is when they're not themselves, like the Snickers commercial, when you're hungry, you're not you. That is me. But I'm a little worse. I will anyway. Because I was about to say some outlandish shit, but she is not herself when she doesn't smoke. So if there's ever a time where she calls me and she's venting about something, I can tell when she has, because the vent is less chaotic. When the vent is really chaotic, I used to ask her, I was like, you smoke today? And she'd be like, no. And I'm like, okay. We need to fix that somehow. And then after she does, like everything, like it's just relaxing, like for the rest. Like it's just that, it's that stress reliever. It's a stress reliever. So it's the same thing as like when we didn't hang out. Like I was on 10 on top of me not having food, you know. I was past 10. But it's like that. It's like that clarity of fuck all of this. It don't even matter. I'm good, right? So there's even been times to where I can sense, based on how our conversations are going, that she hasn't smoked, and I'll just send her some money. Without even saying that, I just send her some money, mid conversation. And I'll be like, go take care of that, because right now I'm getting a part of you that I don't feel like I deserve. And if I keep getting it, based on the way that I respond to things, we're not gonna be on good terms. And it don't even be directed to me. It just be the way things are flowing, right? And if I say something and it's a snap back towards me, I have a limited amount of patience to just take a deep breath, breathe it out, Mike, don't take it personal. It's not about you. Like whatever. But if some things are directed at me, then it's like, okay, now the shit is obviously personally about me because you're directing shit at me. So let's get you fixed and situated so that way I'm fixed and situated kind of thing. So when her on that level, it's the same thing I'm realizing with me when I don't eat. If I don't have any food in my system, if I don't have any nourishment, I'm bound to do anything. I believe that. I believe I'm bound to do anything. I had the random intrusive thoughts that I was about to act on yesterday, all because I did not eat. It gets tragic, y'all. It gets very I can't speak to anybody. If there's people around me that have done nothing to me ever bad, nothing disrespectful to me, I can't speak to them when I'm hungry. I have to just get away from them as soon as possible, as quick as possible. Like, hey, yeah, I gotta go, so on and so forth. Can't speak today, gotta go. Whatever excuse I can use, I gotta do that quickly. Because if I don't, I'm going to ruin their experience of me. I'm going to. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. Every I don't know what it's called. Impression they have of me as being good or being whatever it is that they may presume, all of that, the expression they have of me, the impression they have of me will be ruined, all because they wouldn't let me go home or wouldn't get out my face on the day that I was hungry. Y'all, I have almost gotten into fights. Now I'm thinking about it, I have almost gotten into actual fist fights with people because I was hungry. I go silent and I get away from people and I need food. That's it. That's it. That's it. If I'm silent for real, either one or two things. Either I just don't want to feel like either I just don't feel like talking or I'm hungry. And you will know if I'm hungry because I'll state that I'm hungry. I'm like, damn, man, I need some food. If I say I need some food too many times and we ain't got no fucking food, we gonna have an issue. We gonna have an issue. We gonna have an issue, and the issue is gonna be you gonna bother me or say the wrong thing to me, and it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good, and our friendship is over at that point. Or you gonna wish you never knew me, or who knows how it's gonna go. It's gonna be bad, cause it's literally when I'm hungry, it's fuck everything. You, the horse you rode in on, the boat you rode in on, your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your kids, your family functions, your ancestors. It's fuck everything. It's even like that towards me. It's fuck everything outside of me. Even me sometimes. It's like, damn, you ain't feeding you. Fuck you. It gets bad. It gets bad. It gets bad. I could run myself into a wall for not feeding myself. And I'll be totally fine with accepting the consequences. It's on me. So let me go ahead and put myself through this goddamn brick wall as many times as possible, and maybe I'll do better if I survive. It gets very diabolical. It gets very unhinged. Oh man, that was an entire rant. But y'all know now how things can get if y'all see me in person or y'all know me, whatever, y'all listen to this episode, feed me, okay? Feed me. If I don't feed myself, offer something. Maybe give me some crackers and water. I don't know. Man, I don't know. But I realized yesterday a lot about myself. When I don't eat, I am truly, or I was going to say I'm truly not me, but am I me? When I don't eat, am I still me? And that's just a side that I suppress. I think this might be what it is. I think that might be what it is. I think that's the side that I just suppress all the time. I think that's the switch. That has to be the real switch. And everything, like once it gets flipped, only thing that can cure it is food. That is wild. That is very enlightening. I think I'm gonna. So damn. So you know how the hope be like, you won't like me when I'm angry. Can mine be you don't like me when I'm hungry? You don't want to make me hangry. Like that's a bad. that can't be me as like that can't be my power. That can be my power. If I was an Avengers character, considering the way I get when I get hungry, what would be there? We have the Hulk kind of phrase for me. We have a Mike who hasn't eaten in 2 days. Everybody's going to get it. Everyone is going to get it. Everyone, even the team. I'm slamming bodies everywhere. I would be a true anti-hero. Because what? Not eating for 2 days? Me not eating for half a day almost made me fucking flip over a truck and jump through somebody's windshield in dropkick formation just to be like, shut the fuck up. You talking in here. I don't care. What you talking about? Get off the phone. And just for no reason. Just for no reason. All because I was hungry. We're going to end this episode because I need time to reflect a little bit. A little more time to reflect a little bit, but I'm gonna reflect while I'm eating some food. So this is gonna be a nice, relaxing Sunday. I have to edit these episodes, but yes, I can edit and eat, and I would be perfectly fine. Like, yes, and I need to let her know that. I mean, I think she already knows because when I don't eat, she gets ready to fuss at me or get ready to yell at me. My friend I'm talking about. So maybe she already knows. Actually, I think she does know because she brings me food sometimes. And when I don't eat anything, she gets mad. So I eat. And I think she gets mad because she starts seeing my personality change. Like she starts seeing everything switch about me. Because she sometimes starts to keep her distance. And I'm realizing, damn, so does she know? I'm gonna ask her. But anyway, we're going to end this episode right here. We got this episode under 50 minutes. I love it. So, the next episode is going to be the live episode. I have to hit a few people up and see who's going to join me on that live. It's going to be... So, there's something I've been doing, and I'm thinking about doing this for the live episode. We have Gear Grinders 1, Gear Grinders 2. I'm thinking about having Gear Grinders 3 for the live episode topic, but not just my Gear Grinders, but since I have somebody else with me on there, have some of their Gear Grinders. Like, where do people relate? Like, can we relate on that? What is our perspective on our Gear Grinders? Because smacking is number one for me still. I still hate smacking, but some people like smacking. Some people like the ASMR about it. I can't stand it. I will rip people's tongues out and pull the lips back. So I don't like it. Just don't do it. In my presence, and we're fine. Don't do it outside my presence either. So I'm thinking about doing that, but we will get that figured out. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Thank y'all for listening. Panther Forte out. Bye.